We're up to chapter 23, verse 11. So we're having the conversation in actually verse 12. So we're having the conversation between Avraham and Efron in front of the whole community. So this is what happens. Vayishtachu Avraham lifnei ha'ma'aretz. Avraham bows down. He's prepared to speak. Vaydaber Efron ba'oznei ha'ma'aretz lemor. And he speaks to Efron in front of everyone there, saying, Ach imatawu shema'ini. If you will only listen to me. Now, Tati, how are you guys doing? Oh, come on in, come on in. All right, we got grab a chumash. Oh, here's a chumash too, right here. We have one. Of course, it has English. Of course, it has English, but you have to ask. I know on what page it is. Now, what's your Arik? Ayal, and your Arik. Come sit down. All right, all right. All right, all right. I'm first one. Eyal and Arik. No, you're not the first one. We have three on the Zoom already, but you're the first in person. All right, Eyal and Arik. So water polo is your sport, huh?
Yes.
God willing. Then we'll be studying Torah day and night.
Yeah.
All right. Tell them what page we're on, Noam. Chayei Sarah, chapter 23, verse 13.
Chapter 23, verse.
It's like such a unusual sport to hear people get into. Like, Is your high school have a team?
Yeah,
It's a club sport, gotcha.
Gimel, right?
Yeah, chapter 23. Yeah, page 115. So he said, if you will listen to me, natati kesef hasadeh, I've given you money for the field, kachli meni, take it from me, v'ekbarat miti shama, and I will bury my dead there. So basically, Avram is trying to buy the field, and Efron is saying, no, take the field to bury Sarah. You learn about this portion, Eric? You're a Yal, I thought. I thought you're a Yal. Wait, I'm confused. Who's a Yal? Right, so I said Arik. Oh, you answered together? All right. Okay, all right. So what do you think? Have you guys learned about this yet? Okay, good. This is our opportunity. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Okay, so okay. So let's see what Rashi says here. Hello, Judah. This is Arik and Eyal. It's their first time here. We're very excited about them. So he says, if you will listen to me, I tell him merely look, you're telling me to take it for free, but I don't want to do that. If you would only listen to me, Avram is begging Efron that he doesn't want to take it for free. Tomorrow, during our 12:30 parsha class, I'm going to go over the laws of burials, laws of cemeteries, laws of graves, and about all the mitzvah of buying a grave. It used to, when I went to Haiti, has anybody here ever been to Haiti? Just me?
No. Well, actually, I met someone who went to Haiti.
Yeah, so I was in Haiti. It's a long story, but I was working with an orphanage. There was a period in my life where I thought I was going to adopt a nice Haitian orphan, but then we decided not to. But we were very close.
I actually met some was there, and a Jewish person was there.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Some very rich guy.
Oh. Yeah. There's a lot of orphanages there, so I was involved in orphanage. Anyway, the thing is, at Haiti, they have no money, nothing, very poor people, extremely poor. I've never seen such poverty in my life. Just to give you an example, in America, everybody gets a seat on the bus. You know where they sit on the bus in Haiti when the bus gets full? On the top of the bus. People ride on, hey, boys, how we doing? Who, yeah. Okay, you there. Keep it right there. Wow, Eitan, I love this. Wow, the place is rocking today. A lot of boys here. Right in front of you. Isn't there a keeper there? Oh, I see. I need to I need to help you guys out. Eitan, hug it out. Hug it out.
Nice to meet you.
Where do you go to school,
I go
Eitan?
to Vermin.
Vermin, Eitan. What grade are you in?
10.
All right. Oh, wow. Shkoyach. Oh, now you look like a yeshiva bachar. Now you look good. All right. So, and if you guys would wear that, I would give you one also afterwards, okay? Yeah, sure, of course. Well, are you going to wear it to school? You promise you'll wear it to school? No. I want you to wear it to school. It's a big mitzvah. Show everybody that you're proud to be a yid. Okay? You're going to wear it to school? Makes me proud. I'm so proud. All right. Yeah, because there's a person who I love, who I think is amazing, and he wrote an article recently that he's going to carry a hat with him in New York in case he's afraid to wear a kippah. I'll just put the hat on. And I say now more than ever, it's our job as Jews to wear the kippah in public. Because let's be honest, okay? I don't want to sugarcoat this. In America, you're not being called to fight. Like boys your age are preparing for the IDF. They're risking their lives and they're doing the ultimate service in Israel. So what are you being asked to do in America? You're being asked to do very little. But what you can do is, what's the most activist thing you could do right now? To tell the world you're not embarrassed to be a Jew. As anti-Semitism is on the rise, you say, I'm proud to be a Jew. Look at me. I'm not hiding under a closet. I'm not embarrassed of my Judaism. I'm going to wear my Judaism. And if you don't like it, I'm going to stand up and talk you down. Obviously, if the guy pulls a gun, then you get out of there. But the point is, most people, most of the time, you won't have a problem at all. So you just walk around and you show you're not afraid to be Jewish. So just by wearing a kippah in public, that's the most Jewish thing. That's the most activist thing you could do in America right now, is to wear Jewish symbols and public and show everybody in the world you're Jewish. That's a huge mitzvah. Nowhere in the Torah does it say to wear a kippah, but now I would say it's the biggest mitzvah of all, to walk around with your kippah. That's why I try to wear is Jewish garb that everybody knows I'm Jewish. On Shabbos, if you come here, you'll see I wear the shtreimel through the streets of DC, wear the shtreimel going home, so everybody knows I'm Jewish. Nobody has a question about it. Now is not the time to hide your Judaism. Now it's time to tell the world you're a Yid. Okay.
Rabbi,
so,
we have two teenagers in our community who never grew up with wearing a kippah, but for their bar mitzvah, they got a silver necklace with a gigantic Star of David, and they wear it in the high school, and we're so proud every time that they come to shul. And
beautiful. Tell them to put the kippah on and wear the kippah around. That's what all these guys are. You wear the kippah around and you start a trend. You should start a trend in your school saying it's Jew time. Everybody wears a kippah. You know, when there was a town in Montana, Billings, Montana, a few years ago, maybe 35 years ago, where one Hanukkah, there was one Jew in the town, and he put up his candle on Hanukkah, and the window was thrown, a rock was thrown through the window. The rest of the town, the next night, put up put up a Chanukiah. So now, where there's anti-Semitism spreading, now more than ever, you say, we're Jewish, and tell all your friends, if you know any friends who are Jewish, tell them all to wear it to the school, and tell all the non-Jews to also wear it as a sign of support. Just the boys, the girls don't, that's, we're Orthodox. The boys wear it, not the girls usually. Yes. Yeah, you were trying to say something, Eyal?
No.
What school do you go to, Eyal?
Walt Whitman.
Oh, yeah, they would love it. If you wore a kippah there, they would be so excited. You'd be the most popular kid in the whole school. Okay, back to the text. So that's what they're trying to get. Efron is trying to say, I want to pay you. And Avraham says, no, Efron is trying to say, I want to give it to you for free. And Avraham says, no, I don't want to do it. Oh, well, I was telling you about Haiti, that in Haiti, they had no money. They're the poorest people in the world. But you go into their cemeteries, the cemeteries are nicer than their homes. Now, that's not what we do. We don't believe in that anymore. We made a decree, the rabbis made a decree, you're not supposed to spend too much money on homes anymore, on cemeteries anymore, because we want to make sure, because the funerals cost so much money that people were just dropping their bodies and running because they were afraid to bury. Yesterday we looked, and like the burial spot on Mount Olives could cost you more than more than a Tesla. It could cost you like $60,000, $70,000. So we don't want to spend a lot of money on funerals, but even a basic funeral now, it doesn't even pay to die anymore. It could cost you like $10,000 to $15,000, just the most basic thing.
Aren't you supposed to be buried like as basic as possible, like in a white robe and
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
simple
But
coffin?
yeah, that's true. But even that will cost you like if you go to like a cemetery, it'll cost you like $10,000 for like a cemetery plot, and then they get you. At the end of the day, it's not free to die, unfortunately. So Avram wants to pay for it, but there's a limit. Like there are some Jewish funeral homes in New York City where it could cost like $100,000 for it's ridiculous. Okay, so now we're up to chapter 23, verse 5. It's Noam's turn to read.
Verse 5.
Wait 1 second. No, not verse 5. Verse 14.
$1. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, no, right. Boaz is distraught. He's in tears. He thinks you forgot about him. I said, no, it's not the case that no, Rai was doing something. I told him not to take it personally.
Vayikra Avraham.
It's chapter 23, verse 14.
Vayikra Avraham Shema.
No. Chapter 23, verse 14. Vayana Efron.
What? Wait,
Chapter 23, verse 14.
oh, I'm in chapter 23. Fine.
Well, in the meantime, Avril, I thought you guys were on vacation. I thought you were on vacation. I know where Avril and Mordechai, they went on vacation, but I see they're on Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Vayan Efron et Avraham limor lo.
So Efron answered Avram saying to him, okay, read the next one.
Adonai Shaminu Eretz.
What did you say, Aviva?
No, I just say we are, but when we have a chance, we
Oh,
study the Torah with you.
so where are you guys that you're zooming in from?
In the middle of the ocean someplace. And
There's no vacation from Torah. That's the message. They're in the middle of the ocean. They're in the middle of the ocean and they say, we need Torah. And you know
Yes,
what the
we
Torah is
did.
compared to? The Torah is called the Yam HaTalmud, the sea of the Torah, the sea of the Talmud. The Torah is an ocean. So you're in the ocean, studying the ocean. And there's another story that one time Rabbi Akiva was arrested for studying Torah and they threw him in jail. And they said, why will you be teaching Torah if you're going to get arrested for teaching Torah? And he said, I'll tell you a story. Listen to this story, Noam. There was once a fox, and he was walking along the banks of the river. And then there was a fish in the water, and the fish was swimming away from the larger fish. And the fox said, come out of the water and you'll be safe. And the fox said, listen, if I'm in the water, maybe they'll catch me, maybe they won't. But when I come out of the water, for sure I'll die. And that's like Rabbi Akiva said, a Jew without Torah is like a fish out of water. A Jew without Torah is like a fish out of water. You guys heard that story already, right?
Yeah.
You heard it 8 times, and you'll see Norai, Baruch Hashem. Okay, so now, no, that was a short verse. Read the next. Oh, so you just read it. So let me explain to you that this verse 15. You read it?
No.
Okay, please read it, Noam.
Adoni Shma'ini.
Adoni Shemaini, my master, listen to me.
Eretz Arba Meot Shekel Kesef Beini Uveinecha.
Beini uvein.
Uveincha.
Very good.
Mahu ve.
No,
Mahu.
He.
Mahi.
You see why? There's a dot only under the hay, so it's mahi. You see that, Noam?
I've never seen it written like that. Mahi.
Let's not advertise that. This is every page of the Torah. No. I'm glad you admitted that because that's how you study. That's how you, right.
Except for
So
7, Rabbi.
What?
Except for 7, there are 7 times that it's written with a yud, right?
Yeah, very good. So let's look at the verse. Adoni Shemaini, my master, listen to me. A land that's 400 pieces of silver between me and you. What does it matter? And you're dead, bury. So now this is, by the way, this is a very famous verse for negotiating. For anybody who's ever been in negotiating. Efron says, don't pay me anything. Aaron says, I insist. So he says, what's 400 shekel between me and you? What's 400 shekel, which is an enormous amount. And he says, what's 400 shekel? And Rashi says like this, Bein Shnei Oh, Avim Kamona, between two friends like us, what is there any significance? Meaning to say, he gives him the highest price possible. And he says, but we're friends. So for friends, that's the highest price. Meaning that's a good price for friends. You understand what he's saying? Efron is the example of somebody who there's two types of people. Pirkei Avot says that Efron is an example, or Avram is somebody who says a little and does a lot. Efron says a lot and does a little. He said, I'm going to give it to you for free. In the end, he charges him a premium because they're friends, right?
Phrase of the week, right, Chayei?
What?
The phrase of the week.
That was our phrase of the week. If you guys are following the phrase of the week, every week I put out a phrase on our YouTube channel. And you can follow it. And please subscribe to the YouTube. If you haven't yet subscribed, you subscribed, Eitan?
Yes, please. Awesome.
And Eyal and Arik, please subscribe. And Jonathan, you subscribe, right? To the YouTube.
Eyal's actually a YouTuber as well.
What?
Yeah, we're
Eyal
both
is also
YouTubers. No, we are both
How many
YouTubers.
subscribers do you have?
Well, how many do you have?
200.
Oh, okay.
He has unique.
I have whatever. It's not me, it's the yeshiva. The yeshiva has a little bit more than that.
You should put out subscribe to get a cookie.
I could do that. Yeah. Okay, Eyal, you read the next pasuk, Eyal.
Can I read it in English?
Okay, you're embarrassed to read in Hebrew? That's
Yep,
okay.
right now.
Okay, that's okay. Well, let's get somebody to read it in Hebrew. Who wants to read it in Hebrew? I'm gonna work with you on your Hebrew, Eyal, so that you're fluent by time. Thank you, Eitan.
You got it.
Okay, who wants to read? 16, Ted Zion.
What is
Vayishma Avraham Efron, Vayishkol Avraham leEfron et HaKesef, Shediber Ba'aznei, Kenethi Arba, Meot Shekel Kesef over Lasofer.
Okay, in the end, Avram listened to Efron. Vayishkol Avram leEfron et HaKesef, and he gave him the money that he spoke about in the ears of Bnei Chet, 400 shekel kesef over lasocher. Over lasocher is Rashi tells us, what does this mean? It says, Vayishkol Avraham. Rashi says, without the Vav, Chaser Vav. Efron is spelled without a Vav. Lifi Sha'amar Harbe, because Efron said a lot, and he did a little. My friends, this is what I want to tell you. Is probably the most important thing you could hear from this Torah portion today. Don't say a lot and do a little. Don't be that type of person who says a lot and does a little. Say a little and do a lot. It's just a very serious message in life. Don't speak, do. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. Underpromise and overdeliver. It's just nothing to do with being a Jew. This is just basic humanity. That's what Efron is. Efron is a person who said a lot and he did a little. Because what did he take from Avram? He took from Avram shkalim gedolim, shein kantarin. He took from Avram not only 400 shekel, but he took the largest, basically nowadays it's hard to understand because every day we now have the dollar. You walk in the dollar, but in those days they had different currencies. And so 400 shekel, like you can have 400 shekel and $400. So $400 worth much more than 400 shekels. So they had different coins. He didn't just take 400 regular sized coins. He took 400 of the largest coins. Over la socher means to say the standard, the gold currency means to say the currency that was accepted everywhere. Shemitz kablim b'shekel b'kol makom. And so basically, he said, not only are you giving me 400 shekel, which was exorbitant, you're going to give me the 400 shekel over la socher, the best shkalim. So, and Avram paid everything, of course, because that's Avram. Okay, Judah, you read,
Rabbi,
please. Yes.
last comment, sorry. I think it's the Gra, but maybe it's Baal Turim. He says that this is the only time that Efron is written without a Vav. Everything else in the Parsha, Efron is written with a Vav.
Yes.
And so he says that the Gematria of Efron is 400. And so that's why he chose that stupid amount.
Let's see. The gematria of Efron is, let's see, 80. Yeah, 400. Very good. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. Thank you. Excellent.
Yeah, so it's either the Gra or the Baal Turim.
Thank you. Yashakoch. Okay, Judah, it's your turn. What? Baruch Hashem, Judah. Excellent. Read it louder so I can hear you. Read beautifully.
Like after that, from Asher the Machira, Asher the name and Mamra,
Mamre.
Mamre, Hasadeh, Bev Amara, Asher Bo Nefo Haes, Asher Basadeh, Asher Nefo, Yivlo, Sadu.
Okay, Judah, excellent. Judah, I'm very proud of you. Proud of everybody. Now, comes today Efron. The field of Efron got up. Why is it called the field getting up? Because the field transferred. Before this, it was Efron, and now it belongs to Avraham. It was a tekuma. It went up, Rashi says. Tekuma haito, an ascension. It went from the possession of a commoner to the possession of a king. So this is, by the way, the property. Property is being used for a better thing. Asher b'machpelah, the field of Efron that was in the cave, it went up, that was in front of Mamre. Hasadeh v'amara shebo v'chol ha'etz asher b'sadeh asher b'chol v'lo. So what did Avram buy?
And the trees in the field.
He bought and not only that, what else? He bought the field. He bought the cave, all the trees in the field, within his entire boundary, all around. He bought everything. Avram was no dummy. He ended up buying everything all around it. He didn't just buy the cave. He bought everything around it. Because first of all, there's two reasons. One, he wanted to get a foothold. Second of all, if you just have the cave, then you can't get to it. You need an easement. So he had to buy everything around it. Let me ask you a question. Does a cemetery have trees in it?
No.
Have you guys ever been to a cemetery?
Oh,
So the minhag, you know what the minhag is? Minhag means the custom. The custom outside of the land of Israel is different than the custom in the land of Israel. The custom of outside the land of Israel is you go to a cemetery, they usually have trees in it. Outside of anybody ever been to a cemetery in the area here, Judean Gardens?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have trees, beautiful trees. But in Israel, the practice is not to have trees in the cemetery because trees are a big problem for Kohanim. Because a Kohen, Yossi's a Kohen. Anybody else here a Kohen? Okay, Yossi's a Kohen. A Kohen is not allowed to come in contact with a dead body. He's not allowed to walk within 6 feet of the dead body. And also, if there's a tree that's hanging over a dead body, he can't walk under that tree because the tree is like considered like a tent. And so therefore, a tree could be very problematic at a cemetery, especially the Kohen wants to get as close as possible. So then the trees could be a huge problem. So in Israel, they're much more sensitive to the cemeteries being built so that Kohanim could have access to the graves. But in America, they're not careful about that. And also in Israel, it's not just for Kohanim, because we know that the temple will be rebuilt tomorrow, and then people will be very careful about the laws of ritual purity, and they won't be able to go near the trees. So therefore, Israel, you'll see the cemeteries are without the trees. But here, Efron buys the trees probably because he probably has an idea of what to do with the trees to make sure that it's kosher for people to go to this. Avram buys the trees because he needs it. Okay. What's
And
the
I was
next?
just showing the picture of what it looks like today.
Oh, the Marat Machpelah. Yeah. Okay, there are trees around it now. Okay, who's Kobe? You read. Vakasha, Kobe. Very proud of you. Pasuk Yud Chet, Kobe. Let's get some energy. Excellent. Avraham. For Avraham, it became a miknah. It became a purchase in the eyes of Bnei Chet for all the people of the gates of the city. Okay, Aryeh Vakasha, please read.
Imagine
Yeah.
the array between Kavar, Avraham, Sarah, Ishto, El, Nehora, Chayei, Ma'afela, Al-Hamed, Mamre, Efron,
Okay. And afterwards, Avram buried Sarah, his wife, at the cave in the field of Machpelah on the face of Mamre. That's Efron, in the land of Canaan. This is actually not just a throwaway line. That this is very significant because it tells us up until this point, where was Sarah? Sarah was lying there, unburied. Avraham realized that he had this one negotiating tactic that he wanted to, that he knew that he had their sympathy as long as Sarah wasn't buried. This passage, even though this is a narrative, meaning it's a story, this passage is actually passages has a few very important points. First of all, we learn from here about the importance of Kiddush Hashem. Avraham is the first one to sanctify God's name because they say Nisi Elokim. They call him a prince of God. That's what Rabbi Sachs says. Also, we learn from here the importance of burial of the dead. It's a mitzvah from the Torah to bury the dead. You have to do it. You have to do it. And if you see a Jew who's not being buried, you have to do it. You have to raise the money and make sure that Jew is buried. That's part of the reason why it's so important for IDF to recover the bodies of Israel, of the soldiers. Good afternoon, Michael. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Because it's a tremendous mitzvah. Although I don't think a single soldier's life should be endangered, but it's a tremendous mitzvah. And the third thing is that this is the source for the idea that a woman is betrothed with money, because we learn that a transaction takes place with money, because here it says that when Avraham gave the 400 shekel, that's how he acquired something. So we see from here that a formal transaction is something that's acquired with money, and that's the concept of, anybody know how marriage is certified in Jewish law? A marriage could take place in 3 ways. Does anybody know that?
No.
It's the first page of Kedushin. The Kedushin is the laws of how do you effectuate a marriage? How do you get married? Yeah, how do you consummate a wedding? How do you make sure that you're married? How do you indicate that you're betrothed, that a man and a woman are?
Tuba.
So the ketubah is not something to consummate the marriage. What the ketubah does is it says that the man is responsible to support the woman, and in the event of his death or divorce, that he has to provide for the woman's financial safety. But a way a man betroths a woman, becomes married to her, is done through one of 3 ways. And we only really do the first way now. And the first way is kasef, through a financial through a financial gift that the man gives to the woman. And he doesn't give her money anymore. We don't do it like that. What does a man do at every single wedding I've ever been to? And if they don't do it like this, then they're kooky. What's the way that you're supposed to do it?
A ring.
A ring. The man gives a ring to the woman, and he says, with this ring, will you be betrothed to me? And she accepts it and puts it on her finger. Now, this is, I think Shia told me that some kids were playing around and they did this in a camp this summer, and it was very, very, very foolish. And they had all sorts of problems because they were technically perhaps married. They had to call in the big boy rabbis, the great rabbis to decide that issue. But that was something that was deeply, that's one of the ways. That's called kasef. Then there's shtar. What's a shtar? Shtar is a contract. You could do a transaction through a contract. And the third way, we're not going to talk about that because you guys are too young to have that conversation, is through bia, consummated through intimate relations. That's for when you guys turn 21, then we could have that conversation.
What's that?
You see, I knew there'd be a wise guy here. Okay, I'm going to explain that to you. All right, we'll stop the recording now. Wait, before